Power is never given. It is always taken. The one who waits to be respected waits forever. The one who demands respect commands it. You see, in life there are two types of men: those who bend and those who make others bend. Those who beg for a seat at the table and those who build the table and decide who may sit. If you wish to be untouchable, you must abandon the illusions of morality that weaken ordinary men. Do not misunderstand me. Morality is useful when it serves you, but fatal when it chains you. Most people are weak because they believe they must always be good, always be liked, always be fair. But tell me, what empire was built on fairness? What throne was gifted to the gentle? None. Every throne is carved with blood, sweat, and a ruthless vision that does not tremble when others cry foul. If you want to rise, you must stop asking permission. The world is not moved by your innocence. It is moved by your strength. Imagine a man who always waits to be told yes. He waits and waits, while another man takes what he desires without waiting, without asking. Which one lives as a king? Which one dies forgotten? The answer is clear. To become untouchable, you must cultivate a spirit that fears nothing, not rejection, not betrayal, not loss. Because every man who becomes great is betrayed. Every great mind is envied, and every powerful figure is targeted. Yet, if you walk with the knowledge that your destiny is carved by your own hand, their envy becomes your crown, their hatred your throne. The people around you will always test your boundaries. Friends, enemies, even family. They will push to see how far they can reach, how much they can take, how easily you break. If you give them an inch, they will not stop until you are stripped of your dignity. But if you draw a line with iron, if you show them that crossing it comes with fire, they will hesitate. Power does not lie in kindness. Power lies in consequence. Be generous, but let your generosity be chosen, not demanded. Be merciful, but let your mercy be feared, not expected. The lion is not respected because he is kind. He is respected because his claws are sharp, even when he chooses not to use them. Control your emotions, or your emotions will control you. A man who reacts in anger when provoked is weak, because his enemy already knows how to control him. A man who smiles while his enemies plot against him terrifies them, because they cannot predict his strike. Cold blood is not cruelty, it is clarity. When you act without passion, you act with precision. This does not mean you must be heartless. It means your heart must never sit on your sleeve. You may feel everything, but reveal nothing. In silence lies your power. In mystery lies your advantage. Remember, people only see what you show them. Do not be foolish enough to reveal all of yourself. Keep some truths hidden, even from those closest to you. When others believe they know you fully, they can calculate your moves, predict your steps, exploit your patterns. But when you remain unpredictable, they fear you. Let them wonder whether you are friend or foe. Let them doubt whether you are weak or strong, generous or ruthless. This doubt is the shield that makes you untouchable. Weak men chase approval. Strong men make others chase theirs. Weak men live for comfort. Strong men live for conquest. Weak men speak everything they think. Strong men speak only what serves them. The art of becoming untouchable is not about avoiding the fire of life. It is about becoming the fire. To be the flame others cannot extinguish, the heat they cannot withstand, the light that blinds them when they try to stare too long. Never forget, loyalty is an illusion. Men are loyal only as long as their interests align with yours. The moment those interests change, so does their loyalty. Do not curse this truth, use it. Bind people to you by their needs, not by their promises. Make yourself essential to their survival, to their success, to their comfort. Then watch how loyalty grows, not from love, but from necessity. Men may betray affection, but they rarely betray necessity. Do not reveal weakness openly. When you suffer, when you lose, when you are struck down, keep your composure. Rise without complaint. Fight without begging. Recover without noise. Those who fall and weep invite vultures. Those who fall and rise in silence terrify their enemies, for they seem unkillable. Let others cry for sympathy. You rise for supremacy. And above all, master the art of patience. Rash men fall quickly, but the patient man builds quietly until his moment comes, and when it comes, he strikes like thunder. The arrow does not kill because it was fast, but because it was released at the perfect moment. You must learn when to wait and when to strike. Those who wait too long are cowards. Those who never wait are fools. The balance is where power is born. So remember, the untouchable man is not the one who avoids conflict, but the one who enters it and emerges untouched. Not the one who seeks love from the crowd, but the one who makes the crowd fear losing his favor. Not the one who plays fair, but the one who plays to win. Build your walls high, but keep your gates open only to those who serve your kingdom. Be the storm that others pray never to face, the shadow that haunts your enemies even when you are not present. Then, and only then, will you understand what it means to live as one who cannot be touched. Because in the end, history remembers not the kind, not the fair, not the gentle, it remembers the strong, the cunning, the untouchable. Power is a mask, and only the foolish remove it. Show them only what you want them to see, and hide what you cannot afford to expose. Yara, listen carefully. The moment you forget this truth, you give your enemies the weapon they need to destroy you. People are vultures. They circle overhead, waiting for you to show weakness. And when you stumble, when you reveal your pain, when you bleed in public, they swoop down to feast. Do not let them. Your strength must be a performance, a display of unshakable resolve, even when inside you are fighting wars no one can see. The untouchable man bleeds in silence and heals in shadows. By the time the world notices, he is already stronger than before. Do you know why most men never rise? Because they are addicted to the comfort of being ordinary. They want safety more than they want power. They want peace more than they want influence. They want to be liked more than they want to be feared. But what is safety? A cage. What is peace? A pause before chaos. And what is being liked? A fragile illusion that breaks the moment you deny someone what they want. If you build your life around these illusions, you will be devoured. But if you build your life around strength, fear, necessity, and silence, no one will dare touch you. You must learn to move like water, adaptable, shapeless, unstoppable. When they think you are soft, harden. When they think you are hard, soften. When they expect kindness, be ruthless. When they expect ruthlessness, disarm them with kindness. The element of surprise is your weapon, and predictability is your enemy. Even the sharpest sword is useless if your opponent already knows when and where it will strike. But the dullest blade can terrify when wielded in the shadows, unseen until it cuts. And hear me, Yara, never become a slave to reputation. Guard it, yes, because it is the reflection others see. But do not let it become your prison. Men who chase a flawless image become desperate to maintain it, and desperation is weakness. If your enemies cannot attack your strength, they will attack your image. Let them. Sometimes it is wise to let them paint you as the villain, for fear of a villain is far more useful than love of a saint. Do not fear being misunderstood, fear only being irrelevant. The crown does not rest on the head of the righteous, it rests on the head of the feared, the respected, the untouchable. Control the battlefield by controlling perception. If people believe you are unbeatable, half the war is already won. If they believe you are fragile, even a child can topple you. So what image will you give them? The wolf wears the skin of a lamb until the lambs grow comfortable, then strikes when they least expect it. Be that wolf. Another truth. Solitude is power. Most men cannot bear to be alone, so they cling to anyone who will keep them company. They fear silence, because in silence they meet themselves. But the untouchable man embraces solitude, for it sharpens him. It allows him to think, to plan, to strengthen his will. When you can walk alone without fear, when you can sit in silence without despair, when you can rise without applause, you have already surpassed most of the world. Do not waste time proving yourself to those beneath you. Their opinions are noise. A king does not argue with peasants. A lion does not roar at dogs. Your energy must be guarded like treasure, spent only where it multiplies your power. Every word, every action, every silence must be chosen with intent. Speak little, listen much, act decisively. And when you act, let it be so final that no one doubts you meant it. Yara, imagine this. Two men stand before a crowd. One man speaks endlessly, trying to convince the crowd of his strength. The other says nothing, only stands in silence with fire in his eyes. Which one do they fear more? The one who is loud or the one who is silent? Always choose the silence that unsettles over the noise that entertains. Never forget the danger of trust. Trust slowly, doubt quickly. A knife in the back always comes from someone standing close. Keep allies, yes, but never blind yourself to their hunger. Men are loyal until they are hungry, until they are desperate, until they are tempted. Test your allies constantly. Give them small chances to betray you, and see if they take it. If they betray you in little things, they will betray you in greater ones. Remove them before they strike. If they remain loyal in small matters, bind them closer, but still never remove your armor fully. To be untouchable is not to be free from enemies. It is to make your enemies powerless. Do not fear them. Fear weakens you. Instead, use them. Enemies are proof you are dangerous enough to threaten someone's comfort. Without enemies, you are irrelevant. Use their hatred as fuel, their opposition as training, their resistance as sharpening. The greater your enemies, the greater your throne. A man without enemies has achieved nothing worth envying. The Yara, do not just survive in this world, bend it. The world belongs not to the dreamers, not to the kind, not to the righteous. It belongs to those who dare, those who strike, those who refuse to be touched by the opinions, betrayals, or fears that enslave the rest. You must cross the line that others fear to cross. That is why they remain ordinary, while you become extraordinary. That is why they die as men, while you live as legend. Because you dared to walk where others trembled, to take what others begged for, to become what others feared to become. That is how you become untouchable. Power is not about being loved, it is about being remembered. The loved are forgotten the moment they are absent, but the feared are remembered even in silence, even in death. Yara, the untouchable man, understands this. Kindness fades, fear lingers. Do not mistake me, kindness has its place, but only when it serves your strategy. If you give it freely, they will drink it like water, never satisfied, always demanding more. But if you give it rarely, if you let it drip like fire from your hand, every act of kindness becomes unforgettable. Mercy, when expected, is weakness. Mercy, when unexpected, is power. Most people live like open books. They tell their secrets, they reveal their pain, they broadcast their dreams, they confess their doubts. This is foolishness. Why should the world know your wounds? Why should they know what you desire? To be untouchable, you must be unreadable. A man who cannot be read, cannot be controlled. When they guess at your thoughts, and always guess wrong, you hold the throne in their minds. Let them see only fragments of you. Let them argue among themselves about who you really are. While they waste time in confusion, you move in silence toward your goals. You must also master the art of selective cruelty. There will be moments when mercy destroys you, and only ruthlessness saves you. The snake that you feed today may grow large enough to devour you tomorrow. Do not be afraid to cut it down before it bites. The world respects strength disguised as fairness, more than fairness disguised as weakness. To protect your power, you must be willing to burn bridges, to sacrifice pawns, to sever ties with those who weigh you down. Untouchable men do not hesitate. Hesitation is the grave where ambition is buried. Think of the lion. The lion does not explain himself to the jungle. He does not justify his hunger. He does not seek permission to hunt. He takes what is his, and the jungle bows. Be like the lion, Yara. Speak less, move more. Let your actions roar louder than your words. And when you strike, strike in such a way that no one dares test you again. Control is not only about strength, it is about the illusion of strength. Sometimes you do not need to fight at all. You only need to make them believe you could. A man who can inspire fear without lifting a finger is more powerful than the man who must fight to prove himself. Do not waste energy in constant battles. Create an image so terrifying, so dominant, that battles die before they begin. And remember, this power attracts envy. Envy is dangerous, but it is also proof that you are rising. The untouchable man does not fear envy. He uses it. Let them envy you. Let them gossip. Let them conspire. Their whispers spread your legend. Their hatred feeds your image. The higher you climb, the more arrows will be aimed at you. But the arrows only prove you are above them. The man no one shoots at is the man no one sees as a threat. Better to be targeted than to be invisible. You must never let desire make you desperate. Men destroy themselves because they cannot control their hunger. They want power too quickly, recognition too desperately, love too blindly. Desperation makes them predictable, and predictable men are already defeated. Move like a shadow. Take only what serves your rise, and wait for the right moment to seize the rest. The untouchable man is patient, and patience is the weapon that kills kings. Do not fall into the trap of equality. The world preaches equality, but secretly it bows to dominance. Men respect hierarchy, even when they deny it. They crave someone above them to follow, to fear, to envy. If you treat everyone as your equal, you lower yourself. Be courteous, yes, but never forget you are building a throne, not a chair in the crowd. Carry yourself as if you are destined for rule, and others will begin to believe it even before you achieve it. The mind is your battlefield, Yara. Strength of body is nothing without strength of mind. Train your mind to endure solitude, rejection, failure, and betrayal. Most men collapse under these, but the untouchable man turns them into fire. Every betrayal becomes a lesson. Every rejection becomes a sharpening. Every failure becomes a foundation. While others cry over loss, you build upon it. While others shrink from pain, you feed on it. That is why you cannot be touched, because what destroys them only strengthens you. And in the end, the world does not reward the honest, the fair, the soft. It rewards the strategic. It rewards those who dare to step into darkness, those who carry fire in their chest and silence on their lips, those who never explain, never beg, never bow. To be untouchable is not a gift. It is a decision to cross the line others fear to cross. So remember this, Yara. When you stop chasing approval, when you stop fearing enemies, when you stop revealing weakness, when you stop hesitating, you will already be untouchable. The rest is only a matter of time. Strength is not in the body, it is in the will. The man who refuses to bend cannot be broken, even when the world throws chains upon him. Yara. Understand this deeply. Most men are not defeated by swords or by armies, but by their own weakness. They surrender before anyone even touches them. They surrender to fear, to doubt, to comfort, to the whispers of others. This is why they can never rise above the crowd. But you must never surrender. The untouchable man looks at fear and uses it as fuel. He feels pain and turns it into power. He walks into storms that make others run. And when the storm clears, he stands alone, stronger than before. The world is ruled by perception. If they believe you are weak, even if you are strong. If they believe you are strong, even if you are weak. Do you understand the power in this? You do not need to show your true strength at all times. Sometimes all you need is to show the appearance of strength. Walk with calmness, speak with certainty, move with purpose, and they will believe you carry more power than you actually have. And belief, Yara, is often more dangerous than truth. Let me tell you something dangerous. Never allow others to set the rules for you. The weak obey rules written by others. The powerful bend rules, twist them, and if needed, break them without hesitation. Laws, traditions, morality. These are chains created by those in power to keep others from rising. The untouchable man understands this and uses it. He plays by the rules only when they serve him, and he breaks them when they no longer do. You must decide, do you wish to be the one controlled by the rules, or the one who writes them? Listen closely. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. Most men cannot stand silence because they feel the need to explain, to defend, to justify. But every word you speak is a weapon you hand to others. The untouchable man knows when to stay quiet, when to let others speak, when to watch without revealing. In silence, you collect information. In silence, you force others to show their cards. In silence, you make them uneasy. And when the moment comes, A single word from you carries more weight than 1,000 from others. Be dangerous, but not reckless. There is a difference. A reckless man runs into fire and burns himself. A dangerous man waits until the fire burns others, and then claims the ashes as his throne. Recklessness is a child's game. Danger is a king's art. Every step must be measured, every risk calculated, every strike chosen with precision. Do not fight every battle. Fight only those that guarantee your rise. The man who fights everywhere dies quickly. The man who fights wisely lives to conquer. You must also understand the art of masks. Never show your true face to the world. Wear a smile when you feel rage. Show calm when you are planning chaos. Appear weak when you are strong, and appear strong when you are weak. The world is full of actors who do not know they are acting. But the untouchable man knows it is all a performance, and he writes his own script. Never depend entirely on anyone. Dependence is slavery. Allies are useful, yes, but only as long as they serve your interests. Keep them close, reward them, let them believe you value them. But never make the mistake of believing they are irreplaceable.